Hey everyone, this is Bharat from Bug Associates. In my today's video, I'm going to discuss about web development. So, before any further discussions, let's get dive into our today's video. So, in this video, I'm going to discuss about what is web development and how websites send and receive data and how websites work behind the scenes. So, let's see first what is web development. So, before knowing about what is web development, let's find who is the inventor of websites. And the person who invented the first website is this is the guy, and his name is Tim Berners-Lee, and he invented the World Wide Web in the year 1989, and later in 1991 he published his first website, and that's the first website that got published. And in that website he said about what is web and how to use it. Let's discuss about what is web development. Web development is nothing but developing the websites in a such a way that it looks super cool and work fast without there will be no lag, and everything is going to be so attractive, and it makes users to use it again and again, uh, and it works like that. And when it comes to the older websites and new and the modern websites, there is a lot of difference. Here you can see the difference, and here these are the old times websites. They used to have only HTML. They can't keep any CSS styles here, and the other side, here you can see these are the new websites which look super cool and good and work fast when compared to those websites. Nowadays, web developers are using various kinds of programming languages to develop their websites. But in olden days, they used to write only by using HTML. And nowadays, programmers are using programming languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Java for backend, even React, Angular, and Python. Um, and Even web development is split into two kind of categories like front end web development and back end development. Front end web developer work is to create a HTML page and to add some styles by using CSS, and they used to give some functionalities by using JavaScript or by using Angular or React. And the work of backend developer is by using the programming languages like Node.js, Python, and Java. We used to create some databases, and whenever I use this HTML page, it will send an request to the web page server, and the web page sends back data, and at the time some functionality is going to be happen in the server, and that functionality is going to be uh, happen by the program that was written by the backend developer. And I want to say this, and HTML is not a programming language. Even CSS is also not a programming language. And HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. At present, web developers are using HTML5 for web development, and it's a language, but it's not a programming language. And CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and which helps to add some styles to the HTML page. Like here, if you see here, you can add some backgrounds, and even you can add some pictures, and you can modify the buttons and all those things. But when it comes to olden times, there is no CSS, so that's why they can't do all those such things, all those the cool stuff nowadays this web developers are doing. So uh, so these are HTML and CSS are not programming language, but HTML is a language, but that's not a programming language. Yeah, but JavaScript is a programming language. Even Java is a programming language, and JavaScript helps us to give some functions. You write some functions it helps us to give some behavior to our HTML page. So that's it. And here comes our second question: how websites send and receive data? Generally, we use different kinds of browsers in our mobile phones, PCs, or laptops. And what these browsers will do is like they will connect us to the servers. The servers are nothing but that's the place where this browser guys store a lot amount of data, and whenever we request for something and the server responds to our request, and it will send us back the data that we requested. And the servers will be online 24/7 and without any dispenses, and they will send us back the data exactly what we want to see. Now let's go to our next slide. Huh. Here you can see that we are sending an HTTP request to the web server. Here HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Along with this HTTP request, we used to send an URL and a request. And in my next slide, I'm going to discuss about what are these requests. And this URL stands for Universal Resource Locator, and this URL helps us to search the data what we are looking for in this huge data servers, and the servers will send us back an HTML page, and this HTML page get loaded in this our computer. And this is the process that going to happen whenever we send an HTTP. Now let's see what are these requests. See, these are the HTTP methods and their meanings, and the requests that are available are get, post, put, or patch, and delete. And this get request helps us to read data. That helps us to insert a data in the servers. And this put or patch helps us to update the data. That means if you, for example, if you post any data into the servers, and later if you want to add anything to that data, and this put or patch methods helps us to update the data, and we can do some insertions by using some new IDs. And this delete method helps us to delete the data what we sent. And these are the HTTP requests that are there in that are there to help. Don't forget that along with the HTTP request, we used to send an URL. And let's see our next question. And our next question is how websites work behind the scenes. Generally, the web developers splitted their work into two different parts, like front end developer, and another one is a back end developer. And the main job of the front end developer is to create a HTML page and to add some cascading style sheets to them like CSS, and which will bring some a nice look to the HTML page. And he will he will add some program to do some functions by using JavaScript. And this is the main job of the backend front-end developer. And HTML, CSS, and JavaScript belongs to the comes under the front-end development. And this PHP, SQL, Node.js, Express, and Java comes under the backend development. So here is the end of this video for web development. So from my next video onwards, I'm going to start a new course for JavaScript. Please don't forget to subscribe and share our channel. Thank you.